So we are recording this video, so if you want to come back and see it again, please go ahead and do so. It looks like we are live on Facebook, so welcome to tonight's practice, last day of July, Friday, payday for some people that are super lucky. Let's go ahead and end this very hot week with a nice, relaxing, restorative flow. If you have any blocks or towels or blankets or pillows or anything that might make your practice more comfortable, more accessible, definitely grab those, have them handy. I will talk about how to use those in different ways, but they are definitely not required. So let's go ahead and establish a nice deep breath and pet your furry friend. Oh, now I'm going to make her go away. Pet your furry friend if you're lucky enough to have one nearby. And we're going to start in Sukhasana, easy pose, which is basically just a cross-legged pose. I am sitting on a couch cushion just to lift my hips a little bit more. If Sukhasana is not a comfortable pose for you, for knees or ankles or whatever reason, you can try Siddhasana with the one heel in towards the groin and then the other heel kind of stacked in front of it so that the knees can sort of come down a little bit. And if that doesn't work for you, you can try Hero's Pose, Virasana, up on the knees like this. And you could use a couch cushion here to take any pressure off the heels or the tops of the feet. So find one of these positions that works well for your body. And let's come to a nice, tall, beautiful seat. Let your hands rest on your knees or your thighs, wherever they fall naturally. Extend the spine, sitting up nice and straight. Kind of rock back and forth a little bit, maybe from side to side, to find a place where you feel nice and centered, right on the sit bones. So you're not sitting too far forward, not too far back, but just right. Drawing the crown of the head up towards a sky. Maybe roll the shoulders up and back and down the back, maybe tagging a little bit of weight in the elbows. You can close your eyes here or maybe just softly gaze out in front of you and just notice your breath. Notice if your breath is shallow or if it's deep, if it's fast, if it's slow. No judgment, just notice what you have going on there. Feel how maybe your chest rises, maybe the belly expands as you inhale. Notice what happens in your body as you exhale. And when you're ready, go ahead and let the breath deepen a little bit. Maybe take a nice inhale through the nostrils, down through the throat. Feel the chest lift. Feel the belly expand. And then reverse the breath. Feel the belly come towards the spine. The chest fall gently. And the air rising up and out through your nostrils. Just pay attention to that flow as it happens physically throughout your body. And see if you can match the length of your exhale to the length of your inhale. So if you're inhaling for 3 counts, exhale for 3 counts. So it would be inhale, 1, 2, 3, and then exhale, 1, 2, 3. And it might be 2 counts, it might be 5 counts, anywhere in between is fine, whatever feels good and natural and easy flowing through your body. Just counting silently the beats in your head. And as you inhale, let the crown come towards the sky, let the spine lengthen, let the belly expand. And as you exhale, let the shoulders relax. Let the elbows be heavy. And let the belly button come towards the spine. And just follow that breath, feeling how the air feels as it enters and exits your nose. That little rush of air in and out of your nostrils. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to relax. And this is the breath that we want to find throughout our practice tonight. Just a nice, even, easy, slow, deep, flowing breath. Inhaling when you expand, and exhaling when you release and relax. We're tapping into our parasympathetic nervous system as we do this. You cannot be in a state of relaxation and restoration and deep breathing if your sympathetic nervous system is engaged. And that sympathetic nervous system is that fight, flight, or freeze response that we've all experienced whenever we feel stressed out, whenever we feel anxious, maybe whenever we relive the past or we worry about the future. Maybe we feel that way if we're in traffic or we're working with somebody that challenges us. But that system is for our benefit, and we were designed as humans to tap into that system whenever we're threatened. But back then it was threatened by a bear or some other kind of physical danger, where when the danger was past, our bodies could relax and restore because the danger is over. And in today's world where we have that chronic stress over and over again, and that ability to think and ruminate on things, our bodies don't know when the stress is over. And so that stress response can constantly be engaged. And one of the things that happens with that stress response is our immune system kicks in. So if you're threatened by a bear, that's a great thing if your immune system kicks in, because you could get attacked by the bear and then maybe get scratched or something before you successfully run away. And you want your body's immune system to be online fully. But if our stress response is engaged, then so is our immune system. And if our immune system does not know when to reset, does not realize the stress is over, then that can be chronic too. And that can lead to chronic inflammation, which can then lead to all kinds of physical health problems, cardiovascular problems, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis. All of these things can be caused by or exacerbated by inflammation. So with yoga, the therapeutic benefits of yoga are that we can consciously bring ourselves into this parasympathetic state of our nervous system, where we can tell our bodies We are safe. All of our needs are met. There is no threat. And the way that you tell your body that is just by breathing deeply. So continue tapping into that breath. Inhaling to lengthen and expand. Exhaling to relax and find ease. And on your next inhale, go ahead and take your fingertips out to your sides. And let's switch our legs. If you're in Sukhasana or Siddhasana, whichever leg is in front, switch it to back, just to kind of even things out. Taking the fingertips out to the sides. We're inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to relax the back body. Little bit of engagement in these fingertips. And we're going to inhale and take the right ear to the right shoulder. And stay for the exhale. And take a couple of breaths here. Again, at your own nice, even, slow pace. And on your next inhale, roll the head forward and down just a little bit until you feel that nice stretch on the outside of your neck on the left side there. Notice how the stretch feels and how far it goes. Maybe just in the neck, might be across the top of the shoulder, down the outside of the upper left arm, maybe all the way down into the fingertips. And continue to breathe here, maybe gently rolling the head forward and back, just a little bit. Don't pull too hard, don't crank too hard, just let it be nice and soft and easy. And on your next inhale, go ahead and bring the head back over the right shoulder and up. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale to lengthen the back, lengthen the neck, and take the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhaling to feel that stretch on the right side of the neck now. Keeping the fingertips engaged, keeping the spine long. And gently take the head forward and down just a little bit, just to kind of optimize that stretch on the right side of the neck. Notice if you feel anything in your shoulder or your arm, or even down into your fingertips. Continue that nice, even breath. Maybe gently take the head forward and back, rolling around a little bit there, just to feel how that feels in the neck. And on your next inhale, go ahead and take your head back upright. And then relax the hands back to the knees or thighs. Take a full cycle of breath here. And then take the arms out in front of you. Kind of take those thriller arms so that the fingertips are pointed down and the wrists are bent downward, but the arms are straight out in front of you. So kind of Michael Jackson's Thriller zombie arms going here. Continue your nice even breathing. And maybe you want to press with one hand and then the other against the back of the hands to give the forearms even more of a stretch. And if it feels good, flip the hands up so that the fingertips are pointed up to the sky and you're stretching the underside of the forearm here. You can go back and forth. You can press, pull to deepen the stretch, whatever feels good for your arms. This is great for anybody who's on a keyboard all day or another electronic device. And on your next exhale, go ahead and gently float the palms back down to the knees or thighs. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to relax the shoulders. And then we're going to make fists with both our hands and kind of interlock the knuckles here on the back of the hands. And then we're going to take the back of the hands down to the mat and kind of press right here across the knuckles. So you're really getting a nice stretch all the way up through the forearms. Again, this is great if you're on a keyboard or electronic device all day, or if you're driving all day, anything where you have repetitious movement in the wrists or hands or elbows. And then gently inhale to sit upright and exhale the shoulders down the back. Let's go ahead and come with our feet, our legs long on the mat. You can stay sitting up on your pillow if you like here, or you can take it out or not use one, whichever you like. I find the more that I do yoga, the more props I actually use. It's not a badge of honor to not use props. It can really enhance your experience and help the yoga poses to fit your body better. So use whatever feels good here for you. We're gonna take a couple of twists. This is Matsyendrasana. So we're actually going to bend the right knee and bring the bottom of the right foot to the mat, knee pointing straight up to the sky. The left leg is out long, and the foot is flexed, and the toes are pointing up towards the sky. Maybe wiggle those toes a little bit, feeling a little air flow between the toes. You can keep the leg here, the right leg here, or you can bring the right leg up and over the left, so essentially crossing the legs. Either way will work. So whatever feels good in your body. And either way, you're going to take your left arm and kind of hook your forearm around your right knee. Inhale and lift the right arm up tall, and keeping this height here, keeping the length in the spine, twist to the right and bring the right fingertips to the mat behind your right hip. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to relax the shoulders. I encourage you not to crank too much, not to press or pull, but if you do want more, you can lift the arm, the left arm up and over the right knee and place the back of the left elbow against the top of the right knee. So you can get a little bit more of a twist here. Twisting the upper body and keeping the spine long. Looking back over your right shoulder. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release everything back to the front. Straighten both the legs, maybe shake them out, windshield wiper the feet a little bit. Again, remembering to sit up nice and tall and keep that nice, even breath in and out. And then we're going to bend the right or left knee pointing to the sky, left foot flat on the mat. You can leave the foot here or bring it up and over the right leg, pressing the bottom of the foot into the mat. Hook that right arm around the left knee or shin. And then lift the left arm up to the sky, fingertips pointing up to the sky, lengthening the spine, and then bringing the left fingertips back to the mat behind you for the twist. Again, you can stay here, or you can lengthen the spine as you inhale and twist any amount more as you exhale. You can bring the right arm up and over the left knee and twist a little bit more. Looking over the left shoulder, inhaling to lengthen, neck and extension of the spine, and then exhale to unravel and come back to front. Rest the palms on the thighs or on the mat next to you. And just reestablish that nice breath here, that nice even breath. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to relax. And then we're going to go ahead and inhale the arms out and up toward the sky, plugging the shoulders into the shoulder sockets, reaching the fingertips long. Exhale to relax the shoulder blades down the back, and then inhale to hinge forward from the waist, forward fold. Maybe rest the palms of the hands on the shins or the fingertips on the mat. If the feet are within reach, you can hold onto the outer edges of the feet, or you could peace sign the big toes. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale to go ahead and let it round over. You can have your knees bent here as much as feels good to your low back, so you can bring the belly all the way to the thighs, stretching forward here. You can gradually straighten the legs a little bit if you like. If it's in your practice, you could even add a little bit more to extend by bringing a block to the bottoms of the feet and holding the block. Still keeping the feet flexed and engaged. Either pulling the heart forward or letting the back round down. Again, finding what feels good to you. And stay here for 3 full breaths. Maybe letting the torso come a little closer to the thighs. If that's not comfortable for you, you can use a pillow or a blanket, a rolled up blanket, or even some blocks underneath the torso here. So you can fully have your upper body's weight supported. And on your next inhale, go ahead and hinge up. And let's take cobbler's pose, Baddha Konasana, bringing both feet in toward the groin. Soles of the feet pressing together. You can use the blocks here to support the knees if you like, if that feels good, more supported here. You can hold the ankles or the toes. Just lift the chest and broaden the collarbones as you inhale, lengthening the crown up towards the sky. And exhaling to relax the shoulders. Staying here for a couple of breaths. And on your next inhale, hinging forward at the hips. Lengthening out long as if you're trying to peer into a mirror, a puddle down here on the floor mat. Looking out over your toes. And again, you can inhale to open the heart and draw the collarbones away from one another. And then exhale to let it round forward. Letting the head gently rest over the feet. Your feet might be in close towards your body, or you might want them out a little bit farther. Maybe rolling forward here. Again, use those blocks if you like to give yourself a little bit of support. You can rest the forehead to a block and really just let this be easy here. But wherever you are, take a few rounds of breath here. Stretching the back body as you inhale. Relaxing the shoulders as you exhale. Relaxing the forehead and the jaw. And on your next inhale, go ahead and either roll up like a fern frond, or if the back has been straight, hinge upward, keeping the length in the spine. And then cross your ankles here. We're going to come forward into tabletop position. And let's take a few cat-cows, which I heard somebody say on YouTube. I think it's Tim's YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of the channel, but the dude's name is Tim. He calls it bovine feline, which I thought was pretty cool. So instead of plain old cow and cat, it's bovine and feline. Just starting out very gently at first, finding some flexibility in the spine, pressing the fingers into the mat, inhaling to come to cow, opening the chest, pulling the collarbones away from each other, and exhaling to round the back body into cat, dropping the head, dropping the tailbone, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. One more cow, and then exhale cat and into child's pose. And for your child's pose here, you can either have the legs parallel to one another, or you can take your knees out as wide as your mat, big toes touching, and extend the arms out in front of you. You can use a block here to support the forehead, or maybe a rolled up towel, or a roller if you have one of those. Just to rest the forehead on here. Or you can bring the forehead all the way down to the mat. I kind of like to do the wide-legged balasana, child's pose here, because there's more room for my belly to expand as I inhale. You can have the arms engaged and the elbows lifted off the mat here, or you can just rest everything to the mat. Let the forearms be heavy. Let the head be heavy. Maybe rock the forehead from side to side, giving that third eye a little massage. And then walk the hands towards the body, just a little bit. They're still angled out in front of us. And we're going to take the right arm out to the side, the right side, and then flip the palm so it's facing up as you thread it underneath and behind the left forearm. And take your upper body all the way down to the mat, onto this right shoulder. Lengthen the left arm out long and bring the right cheek to the mat. Threading the needle down low here. Inhaling to expand the back body. And exhaling to relax the shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Just letting everything go, letting everything relax. This melting into the mat. Keeping that nice, even breath. Feeling the skin of the back expand as you inhale. And surrendering the weight as you exhale. And then inhale to come back to center. Draw the palms towards you a little bit. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left arm out to the left side. And then bring it underneath and behind the right forearm, threading the needle here. And coming to the left shoulder and the left cheek. Letting the right arm come out long. Again, keeping your gaze soft or your eyes closed if you like. Inhaling to feel the expansion across the shoulder blades. And exhaling and notice how everything relaxes, everything melts down heavy into the mat. Taking a few breaths here at your own pace. Maybe feel how the ribs expand and touch the thighs. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and bring everything out long. And then walk the arms forward. Bring the tops of the thighs to the mat. The tops of the feet flat on the mat. We're in Sphinx pose here. Or in Sanskrit, excuse me, I'm learning how to pronounce that better. Salamba Bhujangasana, which is a supported cobra. Drawing the shoulder blades away from the ears, down the back and towards one another. Pressing into the forearms, pressing into the fingertips. Keeping the neck a nice long extension of the spine. Maybe letting the head come forward and down a little bit. Gently rolling the neck from side to side. Pausing where it feels particularly good. Let your body tell you where that is. And then inhale to draw the head back up on the top of your spine. And you can stay here in Sphinx pose, or you can take a low cobra and bring the palms down next to the ribs. Keep the elbows tucked in and drawn back and down towards the feet. And then gently lift from the heart center in the back first and draw the upper body upward. Nice little back bend here. Or you can stay here in Sphinx pose, whatever feels good to you. But if you want a little more, go ahead and take that cobra. And then we're going to go ahead and draw the palms next to the ribs. Push back up into tabletop. And walk the knees forward a little bit. Cross the ankles and then come back to your seat. Take the feet flat on the mat here. Knees pointing up towards the sky. We're going to come down to our backs, but there are a few ways you can do that. So just stay here for right now, drawing the heart forward and the spine long. Maybe clasping your shins or behind the thighs. You can either take the palms to the mat next to your sides and gently walk yourselves down onto your forearms and bring the back fully to the mat. Or you can keep the hands on the backs of the thighs and gently roll down one vertebra at a time, tapping into that core to slow everything down to come fully to the mat. Or last but not least, if you want a little bit more engagement in that core, you can draw the legs out in front of you, clasp your hands and point the index fingers forward as you inhale to lift up tall, exhale to tap into that core and round one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. But however you get there, go ahead and take everything out long, stretching through the right side body, wiggling the toes and fingers, stretching through the left side body, alternating from side to side. Maybe flex the feet, wiggle the toes, and then bring the palms down to your sides, next to your hips, flat on the mat. Bend the knees, point them up towards the sky, with the feet flat on the mat. Draw the heels in towards your sit bones, but not too close. You want this shin, the calf, to be straight up and down, not tucked in so far that the knee is expanding out past the toes, but where the knee is right over the ankle so that you're still getting really good support there for the knees. Tuck the shoulder blades in toward one another and down the back. Maybe roll the pelvis up a little bit to lengthen the tailbone down and then place it back on the mat. And gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Maybe look left as the knees go right. And look right as the knees go left. Back and forth. Just a nice, gentle little twist. And the next time you go left, and come back up, that's your last time. And we're going to press into the mat with our forearms and our shoulders, with our palms, and gently begin some rolling bridges here. Inhaling to curl the tailbone up and lift the hips towards the sky. And exhaling to reverse the move, rolling the vertebrae down to the mat and coming flat to the mat. Inhaling to lift the hips. Exhaling to roll back down to the mat. And just continue this nice, easy, gentle rocking motion. Lubricating all the joints in the spine. And then the next time you inhale, keep the hips up high and keep the breath, that nice even breath. And the hips might just be lifted a couple inches off the mat. Or you might really want to push into those feet and lift a little bit higher. Pressing into the palms, pressing into the triceps, just opening that front body. We're often sitting all day, driving or at a desk or sewing or whatever we're doing. We're usually sitting and we want to open this back up. And then roll back down to the mat. And then come back to Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, with the soles of the feet touching and the knees out to the sides. Maybe supported with blocks here. And just reconnect with the breath. And as you reconnect with the breath, that nice, even flow, think about how we want to open up those hip flexors like we did in bridge. And it comes back to that fight, flight, or freeze response. If we feel threatened, our body's response is to kind of curl in on itself to protect the vital organs. So if I was getting attacked by a bear, I wouldn't just be out and straight open like this. I would be curled in, protecting my body. And so that is our body's natural response to stress and threat and anxiety, is to curl in on itself to protect itself. And so when we can open up the hips and open up the hip flexors, we are telling our body we're safe, we're okay. We're in a position where we can feel open and not protective of the self, because we don't need to be. And again, that helps us tap back into that parasympathetic nervous system where our bodies can restore and relax and rejuvenate. A lot of people that have trauma or PTSD might go in to therapy, which is a wonderful thing to do. I've done it myself more than once with more than one different provider. But with yoga, we can start, instead of starting from the head and the mind and then expanding from there, we can start right here in the body, so that eventually the mind gets the message. And there are different ways that work better for different people. I encourage you to find the way that works best for you. Go ahead and bring the knees back up towards the sky, and then one at a time, let's hug the knees into the chest. This actually is a yoga pose. Sanskrit name is Apanasana, which literally means, and I'm not kidding you, wind relieving pose. So, beauty of doing yoga in the privacy of your own home. If there is any wind that needs relieving, you can do that. That was my ankle popping, by the way. just in case you were wondering. But if I wanted to fart, I certainly could, and it wouldn't be a big deal, but I'll try not to, just because this is being recorded, and I certainly wouldn't want that all over the internet. But rock gently from side to side, massaging the low back, keeping that breath nice and even and long. And then coming to happy baby pose, we can take the knees out towards the sides and lift the soles of the feet up towards the sky. And if it's comfortable for your body, you can peace sign the big toes here or clasp the outer edges of the feet. You can just hold the backs of the thighs here, or maybe the outsides of the calves. You can hold the pant leg if you want. Whatever feels natural and comfortable to you. If you're peace signing the toes or clasping the outer edges of the feet, you can maybe extend one leg and then the other up and out to the side, feeling that stretch in the outer thigh, that IT band, which can get really tender sometimes. Maybe rocking gently a little bit from side to side here. Keeping that nice, even breath. Pulling the knees down towards you as much as is comfortable. Inhale one last time here, expanding the belly. And then exhale to draw the soles of the feet together, and then the knees, and then take everything out long. Stretching arms and legs out straight. And then draw the feet back to the mat and bring the right knee towards the chest, clasping the right shin, and let the left leg come out long. You can keep the left foot engaged here and flexed with the toes pointing up to the sky, or you can just let it relax, let it just be. You can roll the ankles here, one direction and then the other. Flex and point the toes. And then clasp the right shin in the right palm and rest your left palm on top of the right or left hip, keeping the hips pressed down evenly into the mat. We're going to inhale to draw the right knee out towards the right side, and then exhale to draw the knee back in towards center. And just open and close the right knee using the breath. Inhaling to expand outward and exhaling to bring it inward. Inhale out to the right one more time, and then exhale, switch arms so the left palm is on the outside of the right knee, and bring the right knee over to the left side. You can rest the right foot on the inside of the left leg here, or on a block or a pillow out in front of the left leg. Take the right arm out to the side, palm facing up to the sky, gazing out over the right palm, letting the right shoulder be heavy, drawn down to or toward the mat. Maybe massage the outer right hip here. Just relaxing the knee towards the floor. Inhale here to feel the expansion in the ribs on the right side body, on the hips, wherever you might feel, just notice. And maybe draw the knee a little closer to the floor as you exhale. Inhale one last time here. Exhale to tap into that core. And then inhale to bring both knees back up towards the chest and the center. Rock a little from side to side. And then clasp the left shin in the hands and let the right leg come out long. Maybe change your clasp instead of your normal clasp. Take the fingers over once so that you're kind of the wonky clasp. Rotate those ankles one direction and then the other. And then take the right palm to the right hip, left palm to the left shin, and then inhale to draw the left knee out to the side, and exhale to draw it back to center. Inhaling out to the side, exhaling back to center, using the belly to bring that knee in. One more inhale out to the side, and then exhale, switching hands, bringing the left arm out long to the left side, twisting to the right, drawing the left knee towards the right side of the mat, feeling the stretch in the hip on the left there. Bringing that left foot to the top of the right leg or the inside of the right leg, I guess. Or you can bring it to the floor or to a block or the pillow out in front of you. Gaze out over the left shoulder. Inhaling to feel the stretch in the left side body. And exhaling to just soften and melt, letting go. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Your nice, even flow. Letting that parasympathetic nervous system take over. And then one more inhale here. Exhale to draw the belly button towards the spine, tapping into the core. And then bring both knees back to center, up towards the chest for one last roll from side to side. And then bring the sole of the right foot and the sole of the left foot to the mat. We're going to end in a constructive rest here today. So bring the hips up a tiny bit just to curl the tailbone and let the small of the back come flat to the mat. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the chest, letting the heart be open. Take the feet out as wide as the mat and let the knees come toward one another and touch. We're lengthening this hip flexors here, the hip flexors here. Again, telling the body that we're safe, that we are not being threatened, that our immune system does not need to be online because everything is calm. Bring the right palm to the belly. Bring the left palm towards the heart. If that's not comfortable, you can go ahead and take corpse arms here, rolling the arms out, palms up towards the sky. But wherever your arms are, tap back into and reconnect with that nice, even breath. And if you've been breathing for a count of 3 or 4 or 5, go ahead and add one more beat. So if you've been breathing for a count of 4, increase it just one more beat to a count of 5. And we're just going to find stillness here. Feeling the belly rise as we inhale. Feeling the belly button fall downward towards the spine as we exhale. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the eye sockets. Relaxing the jaw. Tucking the chin in towards the chest just a little bit to keep the neck long. Feeling the collarbones fall away from each other as we inhale. Relaxing and melting as we exhale. Feeling the heart open and expand as we inhale. And just relaxing and surrendering the weight of the body as we exhale. Stay with the body, stay with the breath. And then find a little movement in your fingers and toes. Just wiggling, fluttering the little digits. Bring the knees back up towards the sky and gently windshield wiper them from side to side. And then roll to one side or the other, coming into this nice little fetal position. Resting the cheek to the mat or to your bicep. Take a full deep breath here. And then push yourself up to seated. Bringing the feet out in front of you, legs out long. Dandasana pose, staff pose here. Feet are flexed, toes pointed towards the sky. Fingertips out towards the sides. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhaling to draw the shoulder blades down the back. And then inhale, palms up, arms up towards the sky. Wiggle the fingertips and the palms meet, drawing down to your heart, Anjali Mudra. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am grateful to you for taking this time out in your day to do something wonderful for yourself. Stay happy, stay healthy. Namaste. And I am going to stop recording. Again, we're here Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m.